Welcome back to the deep dive. Ready for a wild one? Today, we're diving into the world of AI influencers and,
OnlyFans.
yeah, OnlyFans. And, you guys sent in some pretty crazy sources this time, YouTube videos about both. And this really interesting ebook
Okay.
that promises like a whole OnlyFans masterclass.
Cool.
So we're going to break it all down for you, figure out how AI is changing like the whole influencer game, right? And then dive into like what's really going on platforms like OnlyFans and, maybe even figure out how to build an online business
Right.
along the way. Speaking of which, the ebook for that masterclass,
Yeah.
it's only $9.99.
Wow.
The link is down in the description if you guys are interested.
Yeah, that's a steal. What I think is super interesting is how fast these two things are like merging.
Right.
Yeah, OnlyFans.
Yeah.
AI can now create these hyper-realistic digital people, and then you've got platforms like OnlyFans where people are making money, sometimes in like the craziest ways.
I know, it's crazy. Some AI influencers are already pulling in like 5 figures every month.
I know, it's wild.
And then there's this former teacher, Brianna.
Oh, yeah.
She's making millions on OnlyFans after she lost her job.
Millions.
Yeah.
That's insane.
This is going to be a wild one.
This is going to be good.
So let's start by understanding how these AI influencers are even made.
Yeah, good idea.
The YouTube video, it like dives into all the tools, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of surprising how accessible it all is.
It really is.
So wait, are you telling me like anyone with a computer can just make like a
Pretty much.
virtual influencer?
Yeah. The video talks about these programs.
Okay.
Stable Diffusion, Juggernaut, Leonardo.ai.
Got it.
They're all open source, or you can buy them. And they can generate these like incredibly lifelike faces.
Wow.
It's basically like a digital portrait studio, but anyone can use it.
Okay. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But a face doesn't make an influencer, right?
No, of course not.
Like what about the personality and like the style,
Right.
the content? How do you put that all together?
Well, that's where the creativity comes in.
Okay.
And to be honest, a little bit of tech know-how. Think of it this way. You use those AI tools to get like a base image,
Okay.
like the model for your influencer.
Right.
And then you use other tools like Discord bots for face swapping.
Face swapping. Wait, what? So you take different images and just like stick your AI influencer's face on them.
Exactly.
That's a little creepy.
It is a little creepy.
But also kind of genius.
But it's genius.
So you're basically building this digital identity.
Yeah.
Almost like how a real influencer would curate their online presence or whatever.
Exactly.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
But you can't just do this for fun, right?
No.
Like, how do you make money?
This is where OnlyFans comes in.
Really?
And this is where it gets interesting. The video mentions AI influencers who are already getting money the old-fashioned way, like sponsorships and stuff. But then there's the potential of OnlyFans.
So wait, AI influencers on OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Hold on, how does that even work?
That's the big question.
Is it just pictures, or can they make other types of content too?
Well, it seems like the technology's changing fast.
Yeah.
The video mentions this tool called PAB.
PAB?
Yeah. It can animate pictures, like bring faces to life.
Ooh, so they're not just pictures anymore.
Nope.
AI influencers could be making videos, interacting with fans.
It's mind-blowing.
That changes everything.
It really does.
Okay, wow. So let's talk about the human creators.
Yeah.
The ones who are actually on OnlyFans and like finding success.
Like Brianna.
Right, yeah. Brianna, the former teacher.
Her story's pretty crazy.
It is a really compelling story.
It is.
But it also brings up some tough questions.
Absolutely.
About, what's normal or what's okay, and financial desperation and the way work is changing.
It's a lot to unpack.
And speaking of finding success,
Yeah.
if you're thinking about building an online business, like Brianna, the OnlyFans masterclass ebook
Oh, right.
could be like a really good resource. Just putting that out there.
Good point.
So, okay, back to Brianna.
Okay.
She went from making $42,000 a year as a teacher to over $2 million on OnlyFans.
Up to $2 million.
After she lost her job. That's
incredible. Crazy. Yeah, it's like she hit the jackpot or something.
But it wasn't easy for her.
Definitely not.
The video talks about how she started out like discreetly.
Yeah.
Right? Like she was stressed about money, then everything went public, and she ended up having to leave her teaching job.
Yeah. It shows you that there's still a stigma around sex work.
For sure.
Even with platforms like OnlyFans becoming more,
right.
mainstream.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's what makes her story so interesting and maybe a little controversial too.
It is.
It makes you think about, your own biases and how what's considered okay for work is changing.
Totally.
But it also shows how people are turning to platforms like OnlyFans to be financially free.
Yeah.
Sometimes because they have to.
Right. It's like a snapshot of all the money worries people have these days.
Yeah.
You know, Brianna actually talks about this in the video.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, she says people should be able to choose how they make a living, you know, without being judged.
Of course.
But she also talks about the emotional side of it.
Oh, right.
Like how it affects relationships and the pressure to always be making content.
Yeah, it can't be all glamorous,
Well,
even when you're making that much money.
it's not.
Yeah.
It makes you think about all the downsides.
Yeah, there's a human side to all of this.
Absolutely.
It's easy to forget.
Speaking of opportunity, though,
Yeah.
the OnlyFans masterclass ebook,
Right.
it says it's got like a roadmap to success on the platform.
Oh, okay. So it's like a how-to guide.
Pretty much.
Maybe we should take a look at that next.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm curious about this whole masterclass thing.
Me too.
If Brianna can make that kind of money,
Yeah,
there's got to be something to it.
for sure.
Let's see what this ebook has to say.
Let's dive in. Okay, so this ebook goes straight into the business side of OnlyFans.
Okay.
Like, it's a blueprint
Uh-huh.
for anyone who wants to, you know, turn the platform into a moneymaker.
That makes sense.
The first thing they say.
Okay.
Know your audience.
But on a platform like OnlyFans,
Yeah.
how do you even do that?
Well, the ebook talks about niches.
Okay.
It says there are all these, like, sub-communities with their own, like, interests and expectations.
Right.
It's about finding your tribe.
Okay, so it's not about,
Right.
like, being everything for everybody.
Exactly.
It's about being, like,
Yeah.
super specific for a certain group.
Yeah. Very specific.
That's interesting.
It is.
But doesn't it feel,
Yeah.
I don't know, kind of icky?
What do you mean?
Like, catering to those desires
I see what you mean. Yeah.
directly?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's a little exploitative, maybe.
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the ebook doesn't really go there. It's focused on the business side.
Mm.
But you're right. The ethical side is important.
Yeah.
We're talking about content that's made to appeal to,
But-
like, very specific fantasies.
Yeah.
It's a fine line between empowerment
Okay.
and exploitation.
Right. On the one hand, you've got people like Brianna
Exactly.
who are, like, taking control of their lives. But then there's the other side where it's more about, like,
Right.
making advantage of people.
Yeah, it's complicated.
It is.
But the ebook doesn't just talk about individual creators.
Mm.
It also mentions OnlyFans agencies.
Wait, what?
Yeah, OnlyFans agencies.
Why is that?
It's like a talent agency,
Oh.
but for OnlyFans
So
creators.
you're, like, managing a bunch of people,
Exactly.
helping them build their, like...
Their brand, their content.
Wow. So you're like an OnlyFans mogul?
Kinda, yeah.
But doesn't that make the whole exploitation thing
Yeah.
worse?
It's a valid point.
You're profiting off of other people
Yeah.
in a really sensitive industry.
It's definitely something to think about.
Yeah.
And the ebook doesn't really address it.
It's like we're in uncharted territory here.
Totally.
New technology, new platforms.
New ways to make money.
It's exciting, but it's also kind of scary.
It is.
Speaking of making money,
Yeah.
the ebook has some pretty crazy success stories.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
People making bank on OnlyFans.
Wow.
Like way more than they ever could in a normal job.
That's wild.
It is wild.
What kind of people?
People from all walks of life. Students paying off loans,
Hmm?
single parents,
Yeah.
even people who left, like
Yeah.
corporate jobs, to do OnlyFans full time.
I can't believe that.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It makes you think about, like,
I'm right.
what work even is anymore.
Seriously.
Maybe OnlyFans is the future of freelancing. Maybe it is.
If you're interested in learning more about this whole world,
Yeah.
remember that masterclass ebook?
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's only $9.99.
That's a good deal.
You can learn all the secrets.
The strategies. Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
back to the AI influencers.
Right.
We talked about how they're made
Yeah.
and how they can make money.
Yeah.
But there's something else we need to talk about.
What's that?
Ethics.
Oh, right,
We
right.
touched on it before,
Yeah.
but we need to, like,
We need to dive deep.
dive deeper, yeah.
Okay, so what are your ethical concerns about AI influencers?
I think the biggest one is
Yeah.
blurring the lines between
Between what?
real and fake.
Oh, yeah.
As these AI influencers get more and more realistic,
Yeah.
It's going to be harder to tell them apart from real people,
Right.
especially on OnlyFans, where it's all about like
Fancy.
fantasy and anonymity.
How can you even consent to something
Right.
if you don't know if it's a real person?
Exactly. Or a computer program.
It brings up all these questions about
Yeah.
authenticity and consent and
What it even means to connect with someone.
Right.
Like, are we okay with forming relationships with,
with AI.
with AI,
Well,
especially in a sexual context?
It's kind of mind-blowing.
It is.
And it's only going to get more relevant as AI gets better.
Absolutely. It's like we're entering this whole new world,
Yeah.
but we don't know the rules yet.
It's like the Wild West of the digital age.
And then there's the objectification thing.
Oh, right.
These AI influencers, they're basically designed to appeal to
Right.
very specific desires.
Mhm.
They could end up making the whole objectification of women worse.
Oh, yeah.
Or creating these,
Yeah.
impossible beauty standards.
It's scary, really.
It is.
And what about the human influencers?
Oh, good point.
Are they going to be replaced by AI?
It's possible.
AI doesn't need sleep.
Nope.
It doesn't need vacations.
No.
It doesn't need food.
They just work and work and work.
It's something to think about, for sure.
Absolutely.
If you're interested in learning more about all of this,
Yeah.
that OnlyFans Masterclass ebook
Right.
could be a good place to start.
It could.
It really makes you think about the bigger picture
It does.
of how AI is changing things.
We started talking about
Yeah.
AI influencers and OnlyFans separately,
Right.
but they're really connected.
They are.
It's this mix of technology
Yeah.
and human desire and making money.
That's what makes it so fascinating.
Exactly.
And maybe a little unsettling.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like a glimpse into the future.
It is.
But like a future that could be awesome
Yeah.
or totally messed up.
But hey, that's what we do here.
I know, right?
We explore the crazy stuff.
We dive deep into the digital age.
That's us.
Who knows what we'll find next?
Okay, so listeners,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on all this?
Yeah. What do you find interesting?
What are you worried about?
What's inspiring you?
Tell us in the comments.
Or just join the conversation. For me, it's like this push and pull between what AI can do and like the ethical stuff.
Right.
We have this technology that can make these like crazy realistic digital people.
It's insane.
And it opens up all these possibilities.
But we also have to think about what happens when we blur the lines between real and fake.
Especially with OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Where it's all about like
Inches.
being real and connecting.
Authenticity.
It's like we're on the edge of something huge,
We are.
but we don't have like the rule book yet.
Yeah. It's
Like it's the Wild West, but digital.
totally.
And that's where like,
Thinking critically.
yeah, thinking critically,
Or having
these conversations.
It's so important.
That's where you guys come in.
Our listeners.
Your thoughts,
Your
questions,
They're all important.
as we figure out this whole
Crazy new world.
crazy new world.
So tell us, what do you think about all this?
What are you worried about?
What excites you?
Join the conversation.
Share your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, speaking of taking action,
Oh, yeah.
remember that OnlyFans Masterclass ebook?
The one for $9.99?
Yeah. If you're interested in like the business side of all this,
Yeah,
it's a good resource.
it is.
It's full of tips
strategies, yeah.
for success on the platform
Whether you're a creator
or just curious.
or an entrepreneur.
It's a really affordable way
It is.
to learn about OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And maybe even
Where's your own business?
build your own business.
The link's in the description.
Okay, so wrapping up,
Okay.
AI influencers are getting more and more real.
It's crazy how fast it's happening.
And platforms like OnlyFans are like,
Pushing the boundaries.
yeah, pushing the boundaries.
It's a whole new world.
So the question is,
Yeah.
how do we deal with it?
What role do we want to play?
The future is like unwritten. Yeah. The choices we make now
Yeah.
will shape what happens next.
So stay curious
Let's be engaged.
and keep exploring.
And don't forget,
Yeah.
join the masterclass today.
It's only $9.99.
Get started on your journey.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive
It's been a wild one.
into AI influencers.
And OnlyFans.
We'll see you next time.